It's the Jim Harbaugh Show, brought to you by Marsh and Pedigo Chevrolet.
Hi, I'm Jim Harbaugh. Thanks and welcome to the show. And Dave, that scoreboard's right this week, isn't it?
We got the scoreboard. Did you guys see the scoreboard over there? Yeah. Look at the scoreboard.
That looks a lot better. That looks a lot better. Hey, we've got a great show tonight. We've got Ray Compton, the newest member of the Indianapolis Colts, is with us tonight. Plus, one of the league's best cornerbacks, Carlton Gray, is with us. And as always, Dave Calabro.
Good to be here. Hi, everybody. Let's sit down and get comfortable here. Yeah. Well, Mr. Harbaugh, I have to say that I thoroughly enjoyed watching you guys whip on the Jets. So how about a congratulations to him and everyone?
Well, it was nice. You know, it really was great. I mean, there wasn't any big celebrations in the locker room following the game. As you can imagine, when you're 2-12, there's no champagne flowing or anything like that. But just gives you a better feeling inside, and kind of enjoyed it that way. But it was good to be out there again, and I kind of feel, just for myself, I'm having fun again, and kind of feel like my old self a little bit.
A little pep in the step. Your receivers making some great reads, and your offensive line giving you a chance to make those reads, and it's all working, kind of flowing well right now.
Well, it's going a lot better. You know, I mentioned, I think, the last 2 weeks that the offensive line really is playing with much more confidence. They're having fun, and they're really competing. And what a day by the defense. You know, what do we have, 8 sacks?
Yeah.
3 by Ellis Johnson. So he got a hat trick, and a nice interception there by Rico Clark at a real critical time of the game. Marshall had a great game. I think 133 yards rushing, and caught a nice screen pass that went some 50 yards. So,
oh, he was awesome. Had it going on.
So it was good.
Let's bring out our first guest here tonight, a gentleman who leads the Colts with 2 interceptions this year. We want to say hello to Carlton Gray's here. Come on down.
A lot of hand injuries this year.
I know. What's up?
Carlton, you broke a bone. Where was it? In the back?
Broke a bone, but mine was done on the football field.
Oh, all right.
Not the same thing.
Set myself up for that one, I guess. But you're back. You're back on the practice field this week. And how much playing time do you anticipate tomorrow?
It's hard. I'm trying to go out there and do as much as I can, but being a cornerback and trying to go out there and play with one hand, I don't want to set myself up or hurt the team. And going out there playing against a quarterback like Dan Marino, I feel like I need to be at 100%. And if I can go out there and help, then I'll do so. So that's pretty much going to be determined on Sunday. Depends on how much pain I can deal with.
And that is a big deal. Tomorrow's game, Dan Marino and the Miami Dolphins lead the NFL in passing right now. Any special game plan? I mean, how do you prepare for one of the best quarterbacks in the history of the game?
Well, it's good that we get to go against a great quarterback every day in yourself. So, you know, we have a lot of pride in ourselves. We're ranked 5th in the NFL right now in pass defense. So we've been pretty solid all year long, and we're just trying to stay consistent. That's the only thing you can do, because Dan Marino's going to make plays. You just have to try to minimize them.
Carlton, you've come in and done the job that they've asked you to do here in Indianapolis. How have you made the transition from Seattle to Indianapolis, and how are you liking it here?
I like it a lot. I mean, I'm originally from Cincinnati, so it's close to home for me, and it's not too close to my family, so they can't just pop up on my house and get on my nerves. So, you know,
that's important.
Yeah. I really like it a lot. This team here has been using me in a lot of situations to where they're getting me out there and putting me up against a lot of good receivers one-on-one and leaving me out there. So if I perform well, then I get recognized, and I've been playing pretty well, I think, and the coaches have a lot of confidence in me, so I'm just looking forward to building on that and keep progressing.
Dealing with this kind of season you've been through, what's it been like for you personally?
It's been tough because I came to this team knowing that they went to the playoffs the last 2 years, and I've been in Seattle where the situation has been pretty bleak for the last 4 years that I was up there. So I was expecting to come here and be a part of a winning team, and you know, unfortunately we've struggled this year. But you know, I think the core that we need is there and in place, and you know, with just a couple of small changes here and there, I think this team will be right back where we need to be next year.
Cool. We'd like to hear that.
Yeah, I agree with that, and just get some of your thoughts. What I feel is, I mean, this team definitely has a chance to be a turnaround team next year. kind of like the way the Giants were this year, the Jets. What do you feel like the chances are for next year?
I think, just considering the fact that we struggled the way we have, but we still played hard, that says a lot about the character of this team, and that's something that you guys developed the last couple of years, and I think that's what's going to keep us going and what's going to have us from falling down into that valley, so to speak, and keep us going on in the right direction.
That's been the key. We'll sit tight here. We're going to let you slide out the door here in just a minute. Carlton Gray and then Jim Harbaugh's here on the Jim Harbaugh Show. How about that? We'll be right back. A bunch of rowdy fans. Look at that. You win a game and it's standing room only. That's kind of nice.
It's been great all year long. They've been so supportive. All the fans here in Indiana. One thing you can say, they've been behind us. They're still packing the dome and trying to give them something to be proud of and look forward to next year with.
Playing the role of spoiler, we all been talking about that. You guys are just kind of playing that role. You got to do it to the Jets and the Dolphins on the verge of making the playoffs. You can wreck them on Sunday. That'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, it would be. Not going to lie about that. That's what we had to play with. And also, another thing is this is our last game at the Dome. We want to give a good last impression, a good account of ourselves in this last game.
You talk about the last game of the Dome. There's been a lot of talk. Oh my, this might be your last game. The situation's kind of out of your hand right now, isn't it?
You can't really predict the future, and don't know what's going to happen in the off season. I mean, yes, there's a possibility this could be my last game here in Indy. I want to continue to play in Indy. I have 2 more years on my contract, so but we'll see what happens. This has become my home, and going to go out there and try to give our fans a good feeling about the Colts at the last time at the Dome this year.
We'd like to hear that. We want number 4 here next year, don't we, huh? Because I know that, because I think you got a few fans.
Thank you.
Because I know that Jimmy Irsay will be calling me and say, should we keep Harbaugh around? I know he'll ask me. He always calls me for advice.
Does he?
Yeah, all the time. Yeah. Don Hine has a preview of what's coming up. The Colts Dolphins at 1 o'clock on Channel 13.
That's the response we got several times when we asked if Colts players could remember Game 1 with the Dolphins, even the coach.
It's been a long time ago, but it sure would be nice to beat them here, though.
Wouldn't it? A quick remembrance from that August 31st, 16-10 loss at Pro Players Stadium. 3 missed field goals from Kerry Blanchard and Elijah Alexander's interception for a TD. A microcosm of the 97 season. Missed opportunities.
We could have scored touchdowns, but we shot ourselves in the foot. They didn't stop us, we stopped ourselves.
The one plus from the loss was a performance of the Colts defense, giving Dan Marino and company just 202 net yards. But that was then, and this is now.
It's a game that I'm sure is going to be a lot more difficult than probably the average fan thinks.
Miami leads the league in passing, has a defense that's been stingy on points, if not yards, and is coming off a Sunday win over Detroit.
It was probably our best effort, and we've been saying that we're playing our best football at this stage, and I think we are. I think the last few games we have played our best football.
Now remember in August, talk was that Marino was about to be replaced. He hasn't lost a thing.
I don't think so. He's getting rid of the ball quick. He's throwing the ball in tight spirals as usual. He's making plays, and he's helping that team win. Same thing he's always done.
Marshall Faulk is coming off a great performance in the win over the Jets. The defense popped New York with 8 sacks. Guys, let's spoil another one.
Well, that's all we got to shoot for right now, to shoot for and try to get momentum, hopefully going into the following season. So that's all we can be now, is spoilers. So stay away from us because we stinking right now.
I'm Don Hine for the Jim Harbaugh Show.
And Carlton Gray talked about Dan Marino. He's up there now, and he's experience-wise, but he's not as mobile as he used to be, but he still gets a quick release.
Well, he's always had the quick release. I mean, and very accurate this season, throwing for a lot of yards. Coach Johnson said Miami's playing their best football right now, and they really are. It shows up on film. They're in the playoff hunt. They're going for the division title. They're going to come in here with a lot of intensity. They're going to be ready to play, and we have to match that.
Well, you guys have a new member of your team. He's in the front office now, Ray Compton. He's going to join us next year on the Jim Harbaugh Show. Stay with us. We want to thank these guys for being with us all season long. These guys have been here, rain and shine, so we appreciate your efforts from the band. The band. Yes, sir. The boys in the band. Well, most people will recognize this next guy from all of his wacky commercials he's done on radio and television. Now he's moved from the president of the Indianapolis Ice. He's moved over to join the Indianapolis Colts. Let's bring him down, everybody. Hello to Ray Compton is here. Honored to have him here.
I feel like I should have a Band-Aid on my hand after Carlton was out here.
Wow.
I'm not hurt. I pushed the pencil really hard today.
Now, what's your new title? You're the business development manager, general manager. What's the deal now? Fill us in.
Selling tickets.
There you go.
No, I'm involved with the front office when it comes to the business part of promoting and marketing and filling up that dome 10 times next year, and that's going to be our goal. Yeah. And I hope Jimmy Harbaugh's there with me.
All right.
Most definitely.
Now, you guys, one thing you have done with the Ice is sell tickets. You guys have, I've seen all the wacky promotions. Those things are great, and it seems like every year with the Ice, the fan interest really grew, and seems to be a knowledgeable fan base here in Indy.
Well, one of the things that I've lived in this community for 20 years. I'm about as old. I've been here about as long as you are age-wise, right, Dave?
Yeah, I'm 22.
And the thing I've been able to be part of the marketing of the Pacers first and then the Ice. And I think Indiana people, they love a winner, but they also like to have a good time. And I am a great admirer of what the Colts have been doing in marketing the last 2 or 3 years. And I think we can take it up another notch. And we're going to have a lot of fun with a good team.
Now, I'm sitting there looking at trying to take him seriously, folks, because this guy will show up at Channel 13 wearing one day you're dressed as Elvis. Let's see. What else?
Me?
Yeah, you've done it all. One time you dropped your pants for some promotion. I don't remember what that was all about. Oh, well, wait a minute. We got some pictures here. I don't know if we should show this or not, but let's show you. This is what was this promotion about? I know your wife wasn't too fond of this.
This was our first event downtown. And notice those legs, Harbaugh. They're pretty good looking, aren't they?
In front of the mayor.
It's a big crowd there.
And are you dressed up as Elvis here?
That was me as Elvis in the middle there. I would like to be able to, that's me and my wife, the intelligent-looking one there. Well, this is when we tried to pack the house at Market Square Arena. I slept in the arena for a whole week. Got to see a free concert by AC/DC and learned how old I was. A year ago, we slept on the Circle. We stayed in a trailer. Fortunately, people didn't knock too many times at 2 in the morning to wake us up. But again, the whole idea is to draw attention to the team and get people to come out.
And you had some nice accommodations there. You've done, Tiny Tim was here?
Yeah, that's not me, man.
That's not you.
That's Tiny Tim.
And the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. Where do you get all these ideas? Is this a big think tank or a lot of these
Well, I'm very fortunate. I've always had good staff people, and I'm sort of the front man. And we just try to take things that are humorous and have a good time with it. And I won't tell Jimmy this, that one year on Valentine's Day we wore pink jerseys.
I do remember that.
I don't think I'm going to make you wear a pink jersey next year, Jim, if that's okay.
It doesn't really fit, you know, there's no Valentine's Day that comes in February.
Talking hockey players into wearing pink was not easy.
I was going to say, how did you approach the hockey players? Guys, it's Valentine's Day, you're going to wear a pink jersey.
Very gently. very persuasively.
But talk about the exposure you got from that. We had television stations from around the country calling us, wanting pictures, wanted video of your guys playing hockey. And
we were the CNN play of the day, and it was just a lot of fun to do. And I think sometimes with sports we forget that, yes, it's a business, but at the same time, people are there to have a good time. And I like to use the word experience. They're there to have an experience, and that's the way we approach it.
How do you translate this to the football side now?
Well, I think what we'll do is, again, I've been very impressed with the front office of the Colts, and we'll just look at it, and I think we're going to try to make it into just a big party. I mean, as soon as you get within 2 miles of the Dome, you're going to feel the atmosphere. And it'll be a challenge, but again, I think Indianapolis loves the party, and we're going to have a good time doing it.
I agree. Thank you for being here, and good luck with your new endeavor here. Ray Compton, formerly of the Indianapolis Ice, now with the Colts. We'll be right back on the Jim Harbaugh Show with questions and answers. Everybody's wound up for the big game. 1 o'clock tomorrow, the game kicks off right here on Channel 13. The Colts going to take care of the Dolphins. We have a winner in the audience, a lot of winners in the audience, I should say, but one we want to point out, a winner of the Channel 13 Read Indiana Read contest for the Jim Harbaugh Show. 11-year-old Nicole Randolph is sitting back there. Hi, Nicole. Took 3rd place in the kindergarten category through 8th grade. And she wrote an essay about how reading has changed her life. Her essay was chosen among 300 out of 300. So congratulations to you. And got your family and friends there. Everybody wave there. Hi, welcome. And congratulations to Nicole for winning that big contest. That's really neat. Now it's time for the quarterback Q&A. Here we go. All right, first off, we're going to head out to Average Joe's, as we do every week, for some insightful questions. And here we go. Go ahead.
Hi, Jim. We've all heard the term fair weather fans. I was wondering how important it is to you and your teammates to have the support of the Dome, have the Dome filled when you guys are winning as well as losing. I'm sure it makes a difference to you guys out on the field to know that Indianapolis is supporting you guys in the thin as well as the thick. And I was wondering if you could just comment on how important the fan support is.
Well, fan support is real important, and we've talked about a lot on this show. I mean, just how great everybody in Indiana has been through the winning seasons, and this year through the losing season. I think you find out a lot about your fans in a losing season. What we want to do is really go out this last game and give them a great last impression of the Colts, and give them something they can be proud of, because over and over this year, there's been towels, there's been filled stadiums, and we want to continue that next year with a winning season.
All right, let's go back out to Average Joe's for another question.
Jimmy, we love you. Keep up the good work. Our question is, we know that your father coaches at Western Kentucky, and we would like to know if you're interested in coaching in the future.
Yes, thank you. My dad does coach at Western Kentucky, and just a chance to give him a plug. His team went 10-2 this year, made it to the playoffs, and had a great season. So I do plan on coaching when I'm done playing football, just like my dad and my brother, who's coaching down at IU.
All right, back out in the audience now. Have time for several questions. So, how you doing? What's your name?
Fine, I'm Deb Royston.
Okay, who's your question for?
It's for Jim. I was just wondering if next year the Colts' first-round draft choice will be Peyton Manning.
I'm not sure. I get asked that a lot. I'm just one of the players. I'm not wearing the suits, so we don't make those decisions. But looking in through the keyhole, it's a very good possibility that Peyton Manning or Ryan Leaf, who's the quarterback out of Washington State, both look like excellent prospects.
Both strong, big kids too.
Yeah.
How you doing? What's your name?
Crystal.
Hi. Who's your question for?
Ray.
Go ahead.
Are you going to do funny commercials for the Colts as you did for the Ice?
Well, my acting career, I don't think I'm going to Hollywood someday, but I think one of the big differences between the Ice and the Colts is the fact that with the Ice, we didn't have maybe players that everybody knew. I would like to see us maybe do some creative commercials with the players, because I'd rather they be the stars than this poor old man here. And so,
There's some great commercials, by the way. How you doing tonight?
Fine, thanks.
What's your name?
Janet Price.
Who's your question for?
Jim, Jim, I'd just like to know when a team has a season like the Colts have had this year, what do you work on for next year?
You know, that's a good question. The season has been kind of like a nightmare the entire year because we haven't found a way to win the close games. But you know, really, you know, perception sometimes is that a couple years ago when we got to the AFC Championship game that we were a great team, and we were a team that won a lot of close games and had great chemistry. And this year's team, you know, the perception is that it's a lousy team because of the record, but I don't think it's as bad as the record, and I think this team has a great chance to turn around next year and be a surprise team in '98.
We've got number 4 in the audience. Hi, buddy. What's your name?
Kyle.
Hi, Kyle. Who's your question for?
Ray.
Okay, go ahead.
What stunt will your mom do for the Colts?
What stunt will your mom do for the Colts? Is that what it was?
Oh, he's referring to the TV commercial
Yeah.
last year where my mom was the mascot. And more people asked me, was that really your mom? No, it wasn't my mom as the mascot. It was an actress. But, you know, I might have her, maybe she'll take water out on the field to Jimmy next year, you know.
See, that's a great idea.
Guys,
put that in a bottle.
We'll have some crazy stunts, I promise you that.
When do your best ideas come to you? I mean, at the office or at home?
Yeah, you know, usually driving to work a lot. You know, I crank up the radio loud and just sort of dream. And I really believe there are no boundaries to being creative. Your imagination runs wild. You know, I'm not sure if the NFL will let us parachute the starting lineup in, but we might do it sometime.
Might be tough in the dome.
Short drop.
Bungee cord.
Yeah, bungee cord.
It sounds fun, and congratulations, and good luck to you. Let's
Thanks.
get another win, all right?
Okay,
thanks, folks, for being here. That's the Jim Harbaugh Show. Colts game, 1 o'clock tomorrow.
Jimmy, thanks for having me.
It's the Jim Harbaugh Show, brought to you by Marsh and Pedigo Chevrolet.
I can give you what you want if you come and go home with me.